Welcome to Better Futures.
As an explosion.
Yes, it's an explosion amidst these processes, amidst this totality of capital that opens up possibilities, if not for us, then probably for the generations that come after us to try different things. So we must give ourselves to this task of making this explosion happen. And what is the relevance of an explosion versus a transformation is that in pursuing a transformation, we tend to fix ourselves to an identity. We have fixed ourselves to the identity of an activist, of a revolutionary, of a militant. And this is not to speak against the work of activism or work done by militants, but against fixing ourselves to these identities. He brought up an example of militants living. Jack, do I have you?
Yes, you got me.
Yeah, sorry, my third world internet.
Don't worry about it. You were telling me about the identity politics of being a revolutionary or please go on.
Yeah. I would not term it as identity politics specifically, but all the identities that come under identity politics are also a part of this. But so are other identities, like you said, like being a revolutionary or an activist. So the book I was reading, the writer elucidated this with an example from Paul, who apparently wrote all those years ago that Christian community exists as nothing, that they see themselves as nothing, and in doing so, they have the potential to possess everything. And so the problem with these identities is that they have in some part grown out of this totality of capital, and hence they to various degrees have these weaknesses that allow capital to reappropriate their work, to reappropriate their direction. So again, I am not saying this should not be militants or someone should not be a revolutionary, but those people that want to see a different world. We should not fix ourselves to those identities.
All right, understood. Thank you for explaining. I do have a question. I just would like to go back to what you were speaking of a few moments ago about the problems with trying to establish or imagine a perfect post-capitalist structure and instead looking for these explosions, as you termed them. Could you give any example of a black swan event sort of explosion and benefits it provided, resistance to the capital system or just to human well-being?
Yeah, sure. So nothing I've said here so far is anything original. And I wouldn't want to come across as that. It is drawing upon a lot of different people, historical work by a lot of different people. So this idea of explosion is very much central to the work of Walter Benjamin. You have perhaps heard of him. He was a Jewish Marxist who was active in the interwar period. Wrote on a lot of topics. He wrote many things. I barely read anything compared to his out. But one of his seminal works is thesis on the philosophy of history. So it's just like 20 or so paragraphs about how he views history. And in one of these, he mentions anecdotes from the Paris Commune. He says that shortly after the initial insurrection happened and the Commune was established, a lot of the townspeople came together with guns and they assembled under the town clock tower and shot it to pieces and shot the clock timepiece to pieces. So they were rebelling against time itself.
Rebelling against time itself. I love it. I love the imagery. Please go on.
These people, a lot of them were probably destitute. These people in that movement were discovering a property of time that is often attributed to some sort of very deep or high philosophical, the label time, the time measured by the clock. It is essentially a capitalist invention. It is meant to make our life piecemeal, make our lives easier to be commodified, to be sold and exchanged as commodities on the labor market with capitalists. So if you speak from a perspective, apparently Marx touched upon it a lot too, and it has been a major theme in a lot of Marxist work. I don't want to imply that I'm any expert on it, but in that moment at Paris Commune, these average French workers and these destitutes and these young people were realizing the same thing without any sort of legalist philosophical background. This is like a sort of an explosion. This is what explosion looks like, this movement, this sort of profound understanding and criticism of something very fundamental about the world that in normal times we would not even think that would be acceptable to people, becomes widely acceptable and acted upon.
Wow, I love the example and thank you so much. Now I have a much better understanding of what you meant by an explosion in terms of its relationship to the system and resistance
Yes.
to the system. I suppose I'm curious, what sort of explosion could you imagine arising in the present day? Like we recently had the Suez Canal being blocked. Is that a sort of micro explosion?
I would say definitely it was, of course, very extremely minor, you can say, because the workers did not intend for it. Either it happened by accident and nothing much happened. But there was a small movement where those who were looking, those who had ears to hear, could see a very important totality of capitalism, its logistics and how fragile they are. One canal blocked by one boat could bring 12% of international trade to a halt. Anyone who is listening and anyone paying attention brought in a lot of information, a dramatic perspective that's otherwise hard to obtain. Like many people who are experts in logistics would already know about it, but for a common person to come across this information or this understanding would be rare. Cause like so, yeah, I would characterize, I would say that we can say this sort of like a minor explosion. But what else we would see, I am very hard pressed to even imagine, because going back to the same example, before the Paris Commune happened, before the insurrection happened, perhaps no one could have thought that people would be shooting at clock towers. So this would become apparent only in the middle of the event itself, when it is happening, when the associated resistance is taking place.